Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Khalsa,
Vaheguru Ji
Vaheguru Ji
Ki
ki
Fateh.
Fateh.
Alright, guys, welcome back to the Aatam Gyan podcast. Sorry for the gap. Life has just been crazy. Loads of stuff going on here, loads of stuff going on in Canada, so I've not been able to sit down. But we're back and we're going to try and stay consistent now. So, Faisab, anything you want to start off with, or should we just go straight in?
I think we can probably go straight in. I'm actually really excited to do this one because this is where the Gurmat stuff begins, right? So yeah, I'm really kind of excited to get this one rolling. I think we're good to go. Unless was there any questions
I've not even checked, to be
unanswered?
honest. I've not even had a look.
I pretty much answered everything I could on YouTube. If not, please, just I guess comment again and then we'll have a look, or comment on this one,
Yeah.
whatever you guys want to.
All right, Tika. So, chapter, is it 546 now?
It is Rut 5, yeah, Asu 46.
Tika ji.
And like usual, we asked Bhai Daya Singh Ji to come through us and Aap Quran Ekatha is cheesy. We're not capable of doing anything. Like I said, we're just a bunch of fireflies. Hum kukar thare darbar, right? We're just a bunch of dogs of your, how can we see the greatness? How can we sing your greatness? It's Bhai Daya Singh Ji, Aap hi Quran, Kavi Santok Singh, Gyani Sher Singh Maharajoni ne unhone sara kuch karaya. And hopefully, we get this the message that Kavi Santok Singh Ji, Bhai Daya Singh Ji wanted to give through to the masses who speak English.
Tika.
So now this is Gurmat Sadhana. Before, as you will see, it's not too much different from Vedanta. It actually builds upon it. Vedanta, Yoga. One of the things I do want to say is I made a little video on this one too, is that because I had a question. People asked about Vedanta and Gurmat and what does Gurbani say about Vedanta. Gurbani doesn't contest anything as much as it sounds. And then as we go through some of these adhyayas, you'll realize why Guru Sahib talks about it. That may seem like it's in a negative light, but it actually isn't. It's actually just doing a comparison. When you're comparing anything to the infinite, right? Everything is just minuscule, right?
Hanji, yeah.
So that's actually Guru Sahib's thing, and the reason why he's saying it, it's like I gave that analogy before, right? That Elon Musk is so rich that Bill Gates is nothing in front of him, right? And we say Akal Purkh is so big, Sheshnag is nothing in front of him. But then when you understand who Sheshnag was and how much of a Gyani he was, this is a person who's saying the name of Akal Purkh every day, 2,000 new names every day, and he's been saying it since the time started. And he hasn't repeated any name twice, right? So how much of a Gyani is Sheshnag? And then Guru Sahib is saying, Sheshnag is nothing in front of Akal Purkh, right? So it's more of a kind of a comparison. So these are the kind of the things we kind of misunderstood, and then we start having a negative light towards them, and then we don't study it, right? One of the main things that I was speaking to Gyani Ji's eldest son, Gyani Harsimran Singh Ji as well, right, is then why do we need to study it? The reason why we need to study all that is because of our doubts that we have, the adhyasas, the prantiyas. It's the doubt that basically separates us, right? If there's no doubt inside of you, Guru Sahib would just come to you and say Iko Ankar, and that's it, right? Done. So now, what Bhai Daya Singh Ji starts in the Adhyay is he starts to redefine everything, and again, it's not really a redefinition; it's just kind of building upon everything and bringing it towards how Gurmat would see it. So the first definition Bhai Daya Singh Ji gives is the Guru. He says, with such a Satguru, only then can the Jeev be blessed, right? As Guruji sees the Adhikari, deserving one, that is how Guruji gives them wisdom. So everybody doesn't have a same type of upadesh. Everybody is given a different marak, right? That's something we need to understand. We can't put everybody in the same, class, as to speak.
And as you mentioned there, as Guruji sees the Adhikari, the one that's deserving, how does one make themselves deserving?
That's going to be the next question. Perfect. So just going to finish this one off. So he says the Guru Bhagwan has the 6 guns, just as Vishnu Ji, the Great One, does. So what are the six guns? I'll just kind of go over them very quickly. I'm not going to go into detail because it's not really our topic at this point. So according to Aatam Gyan, there's छह गुण, right?
हाँ जी,
One is Gyan,
हाँ
which
जी,
is knowledge, Gyan of the self, right? Who we are, they're Brahm, past, present, and future. Bal, strength, they're all powerful, they're omnipotent, right? Aishwarya, which basically means they say sovereignty or lordship, but remember, Aishcharaj means wealth, Aishwarya means you have all the wealth, right? In some cases, they actually list the gun as Siddhi, Maya, right? Wealth. Then Shakti is all powerful again, full Shakti to do anything they want to. Virya, which means, warriors and valor,
very true.
right? And Tejas, they're radiant,
हाँ
right?
जी,
Their splendor. Is that six? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. So these are the six guns of Vishnu. Aishwaraj, Virya, Yash or Tejas, Shri, Gyan, right? Shakti.
हाँ जी,
Sorry, I mixed the two up. Sorry, my bad. Gyan, Bal, Aishwarya, Virya, Tejas. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll list them out.
ठीक है,
They'll be in my thing. Anyway, so these are the six guns of Vishnu, and Bhai Daya Singh Ji says that our guru has all six of these. He's talking about Guru Gobind Singh Ji here specifically.
हाँ जी,
Guruji has so much power that when a Jagyasu comes to him, Guruji can see all of the qualities and vices within the person.
ठीक है जी.
Guru is omniscient.
And
Guru,
Jigyasu is the one who thirsts for the gurus.
right? The
That's
one who comes to the Guru for Gyan,
हाँ जी,
right? And he says, like a doctor does surgery who is wise, if he sees that a wound needs to be stitched, he doesn't stitch it right away, as the poison can spread. He first uses medicine to kill the infection and then stitches it to avoid widespread infection. If there would be a broken piece of bone inside, stitching it prematurely would cause problems. The bone would need to be removed and then sterilized, followed by stitches. This fixes the wound. Our Sadguru is the wisest one. He sees the qualities and first tests the sick and then gives them wisdom by which person is blessed. So, any capacity kehta bhi idda karna pehla ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ, they see where they're at. Do they need to do seva? Do they need to do kirtan? Do they need to listen to kirtan? Do they need to listen to katha? Right? That's how Guruji.
that's the medicine that's prescribed. Seva, Simran, Nitnem, Tapas, all these things.
Yeah. Gyan, Sat Santok. Yeah. So you're talking about the Adhikari. Bhai Daya Singh Ji says, now this is slightly different. Remember the Adhikari, what we discussed in Vedant was, the Khat Sampati, Mumukshu, Virag, Vivek, right? This is the Adhikari who's the deserving of Gyan. What does Bhai Daya Singh Ji say? He's nothing different. But remember, this is Kal Yug now, right? So things are a little bit more harsh. The Jeeves whose emotional state remains the same in joy and pain, right? Love and hatred. The Jeeves who are constantly thinking of their son's wife and material things, Guruji gives them wisdom of doing seva. So the Adhikari is now broadened,
हाँ जी,
right? Everybody is an Adhikari if you look at it now, right? So if so je ko moh ch phasya hoya hai, right? Guru Sahib ne कहना पहला पुरखा सेवा कर. Do your seva, cleanse your mind. And then what is seva, right? That's the next definition. He says, Guruji tells them to do the work of dharam. Do the seva of Sikhs by giving them food, right? I actually want to spend more time on this because I think it's a very important thing, the seva concept in Sikhi. Now, in the olden concepts, in the Vedanta concept, we have doing tap. We had yag, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you'd call people to your home, a fire would be made in the center, right? And they would be doing they would chant the mantras, and they would give what is called the ahuti.
हाँ जी,
They would pour nuts, kyo, into the fire. They would do a sacrifice of an animal and put it, depends what type of yag is. They would put it into the fire. Why? Because they say that the Agni Dev is the mouth of the Devtas. So whatever goes into the Ag goes to all of the Devtas.
हाँ जी,
Okay, so in a sense, the whole yag portion was whatever you put in the yag, it goes to all the Devtas. And now the concept of having langar or doing
ਹਾਂਜੀ
langar in your home, there's still fire, but the fire is now in your stomach,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
right? That's what we call the jataragani. So when you feed a hungry person, it's going to the fire in their stomach.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
They say that is the biggest door to all of the devtas. When you feed a hungry person, when you feed a poor person,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
that Akal Purkh gets happy. This goes straight to Akal Purkh.
That Maharaj
Whatever
says like Greeb ka Moog Guru ki
Guru
Golak
ki
Greeb.
golak.
Yeah. And then
Exactly.
in some Retname Maharaj Kar Prasad Sikh Mukh Pave, this Sikh Pe Guru Varne Jave. Like whoever feeds a fellow Sikh, the Guru is a sacrifice to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
ਵੀ ਇੰਨਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਪੁੰਨ ਦਾਨ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਾਉਣਾ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਹਾਤਮਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ
Uh,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਦੇਖਿਆ ਨਾ ਕਿਦਾਂ ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਸਿਧਾਂਤ ਕਿਦਾਂ ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਸਾਧਨਾ ਆਈ ਇਹ ਚ ਤੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
right? We see now why we do everything what we're doing,
yeah
right? Can they as much as you can give them clothes, massage their feet, do their tasks right by their direction, massage and bathe them. Purane zamane ਚ, we used to Purane Singhs used to do ishnan on the chonki, right? And then the younger Sikhs would come and help them do ishnan, like
ਜਿੱਦਾਂ
as we
ਹੁਣ
discussed.
ਦਲਾ ਪੰਥਾਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ the go
Ishnan
get
ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ
jal
ਨੇ
pani and the muthi chappi and there's that shad chappi kare male Sikh charna ਵੀ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ says like do
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ
chappi of the fellow Sikh ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚਰਨ ਫਰੋ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੋ
yeah
right ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਦੀ ਵੀ whoever needs it right massage and bathe them wash their clothes if they're sweating fan them wash their feet and clean their shoes wash their dishes bring them cold water to drink give them datan right to brush their teeth prepare pure food for them and this is the seva and do this day and night
like
right
over and over ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਿਤ ਪੱਖਾ ਫੇਰੀ ਸੇਵਕ ਮਾਵਾ we do the
ah
ਪੱਖਾ on the sick we give them water we ਅੱਗੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਟੋਵਾ all these things is there a hierarchy to which seva's better than the other
food
food is always number one
food right? Food
tea
is always number one, right? What's the biggest? Like I remember Baba Indraji Singh saying that too. Like he was mentioning that in Satyug, I can't remember now exactly. He said the prans used to be in the blood, and
ਹਾਂਜੀ
then in Treta Yug they moved to the bones, and then in Dwapar Yug the prans moved to their skin, and now in Kal Yug the prans are only in food. So we're
ਹਾਂਜੀ
constantly eating. I'm
ਹਾਂਜੀ
assuming this is where Babaji was kind of mentioning that back in the other yugs, the tapasvis didn't have to eat as much
ਹਾਂਜੀ
because they had. Now, what we define as prans is basically breath, the energy of life, right? So now we're constantly like connected to the rasoi. We're constantly connected to the kitchen. We have to eat like 3-4 times a day, right? Some
everything is
high
built around communal food
kitchen.
and food in general
Yeah,
every culture
yeah.
nowadays
So the biggest problem that we Kaljugi Jeev have is hunger,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
right? And yeah, what can be more, bigger than giving somebody food, right? Like a save.
ਜਿੱਦ ਮੱਥਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ they receive this seva so is seva through great karams or is it through good prasad
Exactly. Yeah. So remember that time we discussed that a karam will bring you to the Gurdwara,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
whether you choose to do seva, listen to katha, or whether you choose to go to the hall downstairs and do Nindya Chukri, that's going to be upon that's going to be the new karam. So yeah, exactly. So there's going to be karam that's going to take you to the Gurdwara, and there's going to be karam that's going to take you to the club or the, liquor store as well. Right? It depends what type of karam you've done in your last life, right? Some people never get to go to the Gurdwara. What can you say? They didn't have the karam, right? Some people haven't even heard what Brahm is. Some people haven't even heard Satanam. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਰਮ ਦੇਖੋ.
and there's those like me who have ਫੇਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ
Me as well, yes. Right.
but it's crazy and it's
Huh.
always a blessing
So, like I said, so Bhai Daya Singh Ji is discussing here Gurmat sadhana. What
ਹਾਂਜੀ
is the Gurmukh? What is the sixth sadhant? What is the sixth sadhana? So
ਹਾਂਜੀ
the next after he goes seva is Gurbani.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
Learn the correct pronunciation of Satguruji's Bani and recite it every day. Continuously chant the Satanam from your tongue. Stay in your own dharam with your full attention and focus. It's a zen भी आ गई ना.
That's, yeah.
Focus karo, stay in yourself, live in the present, right? All this stuff comes in here, right? फिर वरकत नहीं बन जाना, right? Because you're going to stay in this world, you need to do shnan, bathing. Wake up at Amrit Vela, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਰਾਤ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, the older night or however we want to describe it, and bathe, right? So now he's talking about that he's going to go through physical, he's going to go through some mental things too. So he says, what is, and then we've heard this from Tulsi Das too, right? Daya dharm ka mool hai, right? Daya, compassion, is the biggest tool of your mind. And why? If you see a hungry person or someone who is naked or doesn't have any clothes or doesn't have any money, give them food, give them clothes, give them money, right? Akal Purkh Satguruji is really happy with this, right? It almost to the point, you give this much and you get this much, right? I mean, don't go greedy for this much, but understand that this is what makes Guru Sahib happy. Daya.
And I think one thing that Daya links to, the first thing is to be Daya, being compassionate to yourself as well, giving yourself a chance to Guru's bachan we Guru Satguru ja ko Sikh kai so bol ke har naam te to wake up early and jap naam chalange uthar naam uth naam jap nisba saradar. And then there's that Shabad, I think, by Gurdas, Pichin Rati Jagna, Nam Dan Ishnan Rai. We wake up and do Nam, do Dan, do Ishnan. We Nam, Dan, Ishnan. They always come together.
Yeah. Nam Dan Ishnan was the trio of Sikhi at that time, right?
It is still today, even now. We about Das to Jahi Mangte, we Nam Dan Ishnan.
Yeah. And then how to give, who to give, how to give. Remember, there's this Sarkatavli, right? How do you give Dan? Go to their home and give them dan. Give them what they need. And what do you say to them? You are my brothers. Fold your hand and say, you are my brothers, you are my family. Please eat this, grow and prosper. And wash my sins away. Do the ardas and wash. Any ke deta Allah. Allah, tenu chahiਦਾ Allah ਡਾਲਾ ਫੜ ਚੱਲ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਦਾਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਨਾਲ ਦਾਨ ਦੇਣਾ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਨਾਲ ਦਾਨ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਦਾਨ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ because that person who you're giving dan to, when they take and use your dan, is going to wash your sins away. So be grateful to them for taking your seva.
So who is the bigger giver there?
Who knows?
That's why we go with such nimrata to even give dan out of hankar. Like I'm giving, who are we up?
No. Right? Give them without any discrimination. If you see someone who is in pain, have compassion towards them and do what you can to erase their pain. Now, think about it. This is Bhai Daya Singh Ji saying this is what you should be doing on a daily basis. Right? To be compassionate towards others is a great virtue and contributes towards good karma. Such a person becomes greater than great. The more compassionate you become, the purer your heart will become. You won't be able to see the pain of others then. To eradicate someone's pain and making them happy, the Adipurkh Parmeshwar becomes really happy with them. And this is Bhai Daya Singh Ji saying it, coming straight from his mouth. Kavi Santokh Singh Ji writing this. This is how Akal Purkh is happy. How do you make Akal Purkh happy? By helping the people who need things, taking people's pains away, right?
And if we look at that, Maharaj did the greatest dan. We naam hamare purana dan. They were so compassionate as they gave dan of naam, the one that was free everyone. Yeah.
Bilkul. Naam dan jira ka naam dan is what is it? Abhay dan. There's like a hierarchy of dans, right? There's Abhay dan, right? Kanya dan, to give your daughter away. Abhay dan, to make somebody fearless, is the biggest dan. Right? And the way we define Abhay dan is actually basically giving them a gyan of Brahm, because that's how they become nirpo, right? It takes all their fear away. So then next thing Bhai Daya Singh Ji says is Sach bolo. Truth, speaking the truth, gives you a lot of joy. Let go of lies, which give a lot of pain. Lies only give pain, nothing else. Jhoot na boliye. And then next, Maitri Bhav, friendliness, right? Don't be upset with another person's joy. This is where jealousy comes in, right? It is a sin to do such a thing. For no reason, you will take sins and bad karma upon your head. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਬੈਠੇ you're looking at somebody else growing and prospering, and you become jealous. What happened? ਉਹਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ. You have now earned bad karma for
And
no
that's
reason.
great. Maharaj is saying, don't be a hater.
Don't be a hater.
And look,
Right?
about Sikh Panth, why everyone fighting each other, Jathebandiya fighting, Sanstas fighting, it's all hate. The duje di chadai de ke, they want to pull them down. And people are so caught up in it, they lose sight of Sikhi. Yeah. Kosh tagaze honani loka ne. That just tells you that just tells you one thing: with the one who's jealous of others, they can't be in line with Parmeshwar. That the one who is in line with Parmeshwar, they forget to feel jealous. They don't know how to be jealous. They want everyone to succeed. They understand there's enough for everyone to go around.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, for one, your heart will burn in pain because of jealousy. Secondly, you achieve nothing by it. This also
And
makes
I'm someone who's speaking from experience. I've been jealous. I've seen it, and I
oh
realize
yeah,
there's nothing in this. You gain nothing. Like blowing out someone's candle to make yours shine brighter, it doesn't work.
yeah, no, just make yours brighter, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Just trying to do you.
yeah. And then it says that this makes Parmeshwar angry, saying this person is getting upset at something I gave to someone else, right? All gifts and qualities are given by the Parmeshwar. Remember that. If someone else has it, you should see it as a gift from Parmeshwar to them. If you get jealous, you are upset at Parmeshwar's gift. Think about that.
And with every gift comes karam as well. It's in someone's gift, it's in someone's karam to
Yeah,
receive a gift. It's they were blessed, huh? You just gotta
yeah,
be
yeah.
happy for the
I
people.
I remember Mahantaji, Baba Talochan Singh Ji Maharaj, right? I mean, he was here 2-3 years ago. He was saying I mean, when he closes his eyes and when he does katha and the words that he speaks are just pure amrit. He was talking. He goes. Indar di padvi ਲੈਣੀ ਔਖੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ.
Hanji.
He goes, ਸੋਨੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਬਿੱਲੀਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਾਨ ਕਰੋ. You'll get Indra's padvi. He goes, but then what happens, right? He goes, even that, when your sukhar finished, when your karma finished, he goes, you have to come back down to earth again. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ, right? Just do bhakti. There's nothing else that you need to do, right? Yeah, so everything is Parmeshwar's gift. So, and then Bhai Daya Singh Ji goes, Tyagan Jog Karam, the karm that you should let go of. What is it? He says, these have a lot of faults. Seeing others happy and being jealous, let this go. Let go of greed and take on santok, contentment, what you have. Just be happy with what you have.
Santok is everything, man.
Santok is everything. And if you want something, work towards it, right? It'll come to you. Let go of the wish to obtain another's woman, wealth, share, or family, right? If you do take any of these, it will destroy you, right? There will be nothing good that will come out of that. If you want somebody else's, look at Prithvi Chand,
And
right?
did we discuss anything of those things of someone else's? They're poison to us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in each one of there's a story behind each of them, right? Look at Prithvi Chand. He wanted the Gurta Gaddi. Look at the things that he did. He sent a nurse, a wet nurse with poison on her
Yeah,
nipples. He sent a snake, right? And then he even
poison the day.
poisoned the poison the Brahman who was the Kadava of Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, right? Nothing good came out of it.
And if he was just happy for Guru Sahib, if he just did Guru Sahib Seva, we would hold him in such high esteem and he would glorify him today.
Yeah.
Throughout history, he would have been glorified, but because of jealousy, because of Irka, because of greed, he's forever cursed and is out of the Sikh Panth forever.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a story in Sar Kutavri that comes about Krichak.
Hanji.
Krichak wanted to Karichak wanted Draupadi for himself, and then he got himself killed, and he got his 100 brothers killed just because of Kam. Um, you know, wealth. Duryodhan wanted the wealth and Raj of his cousins, the Pandavas,
Yeah,
and look what happened. He ended up dying alone, right? There's many. Prithi Chand, look what happened to him. He ended up dying at the end. Nothing came out of it. Called Suli, right?
yeah,
Suli died.
yeah,
He didn't even reach, right, to Amritsar, right? And then Sher or family. There's many, the Tirmal. He
yeah.
tried to do some things too. Like Guru Tegh
Jab
Bahadur
भी आया
Maharaj,
चढ़ के they finished themselves. They will come from
Ravan Sika,
greed.
Kansasi. Yeah. Anyway, so the next one is Kima, forgiveness. If you see someone weaker than you, the wise one, don't get angry at them, right? Have Kima, have forgiveness inside of you. There's always going to be
think
somebody.
जिथे खिमा है उत्थे आप है जहाँ लोभ ते काल है जहाँ खिमा ते आप like where there's forgiveness there's Parameshwar Vaheguru themselves.
And
Like
remember now,
forgiveness is such a high virtue.
and Bhai Daya Singh Ji is taking everything from Gurbani here, right? Then Nirabhimanta,
हाँ
no
जी
ego. To have a lot of education, beauty, wisdom, wealth, don't be proud of these things. Understand that these things are all given to everyone by the Ishwar and is basically based on your karma. Again, right? If you go to the tirths, keep varts, fast, keep abstinence or other good deeds such as giving donations, don't be proud of these actions,
हाँ
right?
जी.
They're the ones that are going to.
All right, there's a glitch in the matrix. Kaljug was trying to stop this podcast, but now we're back on.
Yeah, we had a
And
flash storm in Toronto. Everything just shut off, and I
that's
was like,
crazy.
"Oh, great!" Right in the middle of the Gurmat sadhana. But should we just kind of dive right into it then?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So I don't know how much we caught in the last one, the
Mhm.
Nirabhimanta, to have a lot of education, beauty, wisdom, wealth. Don't be proud of these things. I remember saying this, understand these things are all given to everyone by the Ishwar. If you go to the tirths, keep varts, fast, keep abstinence or other good deeds such as giving donations. Don't be proud of these actions. If you do these karam and have ego, they will all go useless like an elephant's bath. Yes. Tirth Bharat Ardan Kar Man Mein Taro Guman, right? And then these are basically all useless things, like as Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib says, Jom Kuncha Rushnan, right? Like bath. Why is it useless? Because when an elephant takes a bath, the elephant goes back out and just puts dirt on top of himself again or herself again, right? So that's why they're saying an elephant taking a bath is absolutely no use, right? So if you're going to go to tirths, if you're going to go to varts, and you're gonna do all these good karam, and then you're going to be proud of it. It's like you put mitti on dirt on top of yourself again, right? So if you do these things, they are sins as well. Give donations, but never say it. Try to hide the fact that you gave donations, right? So don't tell them.
Give a donation and then get your name written on the Godwara wall.
Exactly, right,
As we see so often in the Guru's house, where the Guru's against this very action, we're here promoting it and doing it.
right. And
Don't
then
give a donation and get your name in the Ardas for how many pounds you gave for the Grab Prashad.
exactly. फिर the next thing is mitha bolana, right? Speak sweetly. Speak sweet words which make everyone feel good. Don't speak harsh words to make them upset. I remember in Sarkatavadi, they're saying, speak nicely and speak truthfully. And
Mitha
that is,
bole, niv chale, seje rave patar. Like,
ah,
like please your husband, Lord, with your sweet speech.
yeah, stay
With this,
humble.
I was going to ask. Even I know sweet speech is very important, but there's that sadhu in the times of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib, Guru Tegh Bahadur's Sama, who was very. He even used colorful language.
Yes.
Maharaj का स्कूल का नहीं आता भला ही है. Whatever
When
he
he
says
goes
to
to,
you, समझ लो
uh,
ठीक है.
Uh, I don't remember what his name was, but he was the Mahant, or I think the sadhu in that area, and the Sangat was very upset at because he always used to
Yeah,
swear.
when Maharaj went on the travels, yeah.
And then Guru Sahib asked him, he goes, we've heard that you swear, and then he says a swearing word like, I don't effing swear. Who
Yeah.
swears? And then Guru Sahib just like laughed. He goes, listen, he goes, if he swears at you, take it as a blessing. He's a good man. His heart is pure.
Mm.
Yes, that's an exception. But
ठीक
honestly, how many of us are that pure?
है सही कहा we got the language but not the purity
Yeah, we got the purity. Yeah, it is. And then, um, so here's another thing that I usually get a lot, and I see it.
हाँ जी
Um, and we've started using this towards mudslinging towards sadhus or virakats or sannyasis.
हाँ जी
But you need to say naam japo, vand chako, te kirt karo.
हाँ जी
It's actually dharam di kirt karo.
हाँ
So, we start mudslinging the people who devote their life to katha kirtan and don't do other conventional work like having a job or doing a business. That actually is not true.
हाँ जी
Because remember, Guru Nanak Dev Ji let go of his job too, and he did the taram di kirat of going from country to country, getting people to say Satanam,
हाँ जी
right? इस करके the real trio is actually naam japo, vana chako, de taram di kirat karo, right?
धर्म दी करत करो
And now everybody's taram is actually different, but the taram, what we would define taram as, maitri bhav, to do good things in life, to spread, goodness in the world. Yes, the taram of a gristi is to do, vanajavapar, to do kheti, or to do a business, or to have a job, right? And then the taram of a gristi is to then take the surplus money and then feed sadhus and sannyasis, right? In this century, we've kind of changed those definitions, but these are the older definitions. And you'll see Bhai Daya Singh Ji supports the older definition, right? So it goes taram di kirt karo and vand shako, the work of taram, and share to consume, earn a living by the taram, right? Share your earnings and then consume, right? Pehla vando, fir shako, right? Fir swachta, purity. Don't wear dirty clothes. Keep your body clean as well, right? Suchero, especially going to the darbar, make sure you do panja shnana or full shnana before you go. This is a Puratan Maryada, because what happens is when you kind of go deep into your focus, remember Baba Buddhaji also stopped taking a bath for a little while, and then I believe it was Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji or Guru Arjan Dev Ji that said, if you do that, people will follow you and then they'll stop doing it there. But they don't know your inside, how pure you are. But you must maintain the Rat Maryada, right? So, and Suchu hove ta sach paiye, right? Fir kusangat, the bad company, the company of thieves, engaging in extramarital affairs, cheaters, gamblers, ungrateful people, deceitful people, people with bad characters. Don't be in their company, not even in your dreams. I'm very unfortunate as I've heard this whole, I don't want to really discuss it too much in this podcast, but the extramarital affairs, or, for some reason, it seems like Kal Yuga is a big excuse, but you don't realize that that's the door to hell. Only Guru Sahib can help you at that point, right? It's a very no in the Sikhi. But for some reason, I'm seeing a lot of news coming out about that these days, in which it's not. I mean, Baba Inderjit Singh had us go through high school not even looking or talking to girls. Imagine that.
and remember them going through the katha of Chitrapukyan, and when that Shabbat comes up where Pur Sufne Hune Jayo, you're not even in your dreams going to the bed of another woman.
Of another woman, yes.
And
That's the door.
for one moment of pleasure, you lose everything. Here,
Oh,
like it's crazy. It's
many lives, many
Dargero.
lives will be ruined. And when I say that, it's going to take you many births to clean that off. One moment of that piece, it is, right?
That's so scary.
It is. Yeah. So I mean, the even thought of spending the company with another woman who's not married to you, right? Regardless how beautiful or how pleasurable it may be, think of it as fire. Think of it as the door to hell, right?
And the thing is, Māori Sangat nowadays, they lower the standard. They lower the standard of things that Sikh should be against, and lowering the standard opens doors. It lowers boundaries and stuff.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's in our Punjabi songs. It's in our English songs. It's in songs. It's in movies. It's in the
Popular
billboards, in the
media,
advertisement.
it's the celebrated thing out there. The
Yeah,
Dunya Kaljug celebrates these things.
and the
The
you know
heroes in movies do this.
a lot of a lot of the movies we watch on I'm not going to mention any apps, but there's certain apps on your phone that you can watch these movies. How are the women depicted, right? The skinny, the hourglass figure. Now imagine a teenage girl who's growing up, and obviously the teenage is a time where a girl is transferring from childhood to adulthood, and in that time a lot of wacky things happen to your body. You look a certain way, and you're thinking a certain way, and all of a sudden you see this image, and when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're nothing like that. Imagine what's going through their mental, capacity, with their mentality in general, right? It's just horrible. We've turned society into just vanity. We're no longer looking at gun, right? Because that's goody two shoes. That's what the goody guys do, right? You want to be badass, you got to do this. You got to look a
It's
certain way.
looked
You got to
down upon.
say
Being a good, virtuous person who lives by a moral code is looked down upon.
down upon, yeah, right.
And
And
there's that Shabbat as well, even by associating with these people like Kabir, Mari, Murukasanga, Ki
yeah,
Khele, Nektan, Surveyor, like just by being close to these people, like the banana plant close to the thorn bush, it's ruined.
yeah,
You know?
and that's what he says. Is don't even eat with them. Even worse than the vishas is the person who indulges in them, right?
That's crazy. Even worse than the Vishas is the person who indulges in
Yeah,
them.
I mean, here's something. Uh, yes, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar, they're Panch Surbirs, right? But we've kind of, without the knowledge, we've kind of taken them as to these five demons who are always trying to get you, which is true.
Hanji.
But in fact, are they trying to get us, or are we letting them get us? Right? Think about this. Is I remember I was listening to one katha and stuff. It's like, well, is desire overpowering us, or are we just holding on to desire? Right? How do they catch a monkey? They put a little pot that has a narrow opening and a
Yeah,
big
he puts his hand in.
belly, puts his hand in it to get the dane inside the pot, but it makes a fist, and now can't pull it out, right? Markat mushti anaj ki man baura re, right? So what you need to do, just let go of the anaj and your hand will come out, right? It's not that the desire is holding on to us, we're holding on to the desire, right? Aaj milawa Sheikh Farid, right? You'll get it today. Just let go of all your desires. Let go of all your wishes. Right? It's we who are we're holding on to our sexual pleasures. We're holding on to the pleasures of the tongue, right? The taste, the looking. We're holding on to the world. Let go of it, and then Brahm Gyan is easily achievable. Right?
But
How did
again, the reason why we hold on to them so much is we believe that pleasure to be real pleasure.
real?
When we haven't had the pleasure of Nam, of Seva, and had the pleasure within these things, then obviously those pleasures are going to be the strongest ones out there.
Yeah, right. When Brahm decides to create the universe, right? Akal Purukh decides to create the prapanch, as we call it, right? The Maya, right? What is Maya? Maya is the Ichha, the original Ichha of Akal Purukh, right? That Ichha. Now, if you want to go backwards, just let go of the Ichha, right? That's all that it is.
But
So
the other thing that we see is often Sangat, like within camps or within certain groups, they drive people that way by the judgment, by the irka. Then people think, forget it, I'd rather hang around with the robbers and thieves and gamblers and the degenerates.
yeah, that's an unfortunate byproduct of yeah. I mean, with anything, when you go to school, whether you learn from even a Santa Mahatma, there's always going to be competition. There's always going to be jealousy there, right? But I mean, hopefully they learn the true virtues in that sense. It's just an unfortunate byproduct. But then I say it's probably wrong to blame the camps, or because their mission is to give the Maitri Bhav, to give the guns to the Sangat, right? And unfortunately, sometimes it just goes backwards. In that case, what we say is like the ulu, the owl, right? The sun burns its eyes, right?
ਹਾਂਜੀ
But the sun is there to, light up everything. It's the Ulu's fault, right?
ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਬਚਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਵੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੋ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ
Uh,
may Guru bless us.
right. And then, Bhai Daya Singh Ji goes, Satsang, do the company of good and calm people, meet people that will help you rid of your vices. So choose your friends wisely, basically saying, right? Oh,
ਜਿੱਦਾਂ
no,
ਆਪਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਾਧੋ ਜੀ ਸਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੋ ਤਰਿਆ ਹਨਾ
right.
that we say it every day ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ and then we'll float then we're saved ਹਨਾ
Gyaniji mentions a lot of times that when he met some elderly people, he met this person who had the whole Janmasakhi memorized. He was quite old. I think he met him when he was in Seattle, and then or Calgary. I can't remember where, but he was quite old. And then he just looked like a normal average person. And Gyaniji asked him, he's like, "How do you have the Janmasakhi memorized?" He goes, "Well, back in the days we were poor." We didn't have TVs or radio, so everybody in our pind used to sit in the evening after eating dinner, and we used to sit down and read Janmasakhi. Actually, the funny thing is, my Nani ji used to do that too, right?
Yeah.
After, this is pre-Google days, right? Pre-Google phone days, right? I'm talking the 90s, right? She used to, after doing Rehras, she used to open up the Janmasakhi and just read it, right? And then people had to memorize. This is what people used to do. This is the true Sangat, actually. This is what we should be doing as Sikhs. Right? In the Parata Niyata Maryadas, it says that you should spend 2 kadiyan listening to Kirtan and 2 kadiyan listening to Katha every day. Right? And if you can't do 2, do at least 1 kadi. 1 kadi is about 22, 23 minutes.
So we're saying that 2 kadiyan, isn't that hard? You can do that in 2 car journeys to the gym and back, to school and back, to college and back. You can get your Katha listened to.
I mean,
and then
you have this, right?
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. Like that could take you to Kaljog, it could take you to Narko, it could take you to Satajog, it could take you to Sachkhand.
Hey, my Tayaji drew a very interesting analogy. He goes, what does the computer ride on, right? The mouse. What does Ganesh ride on?
The mouse.
The mouse. Right? Gyan rides on the mouse. Right? And you can either you can use the computer and technology to your benefit, or you can, there are some people who say you shouldn't be carrying Gurbani in your phones or laptops, beadbi hundi hai. To each is their own. They have their own level of sharda, right? And hey, if you have the means and the place to do your Panjashnana, open up your poti and do Santhya that way, or read Gurbani that way, there's nothing like it, right? But to have it on your phone and do Path that way, you're reading Gurbani and you're listening to Kirtan and you're listening to Katha, right? I've heard the whole Suj Prakash Katha on my phone. Right? I've heard the whole Pant Prakash Katha on my phone. Almost everything.
It was
right?
a blessed phone.
Yeah. Gone are those days when we used to live close to Skarva Gurdwara and we used to see all those Gyani Ragi Tadis come to the Gurdwara and listen to them, right? But now you have options here, right?
But if you can get to the Gurdwara, get to the Gurdwara. But
Get to the Gurdwara.
the
Nothing
phone
like
is
it.
there. Also use everything we have, every sadhana. We have Kaljug. Yeah, we're in a war.
Yeah. If that's 100%, this is somewhere between 60, 70%, right?
Yeah.
So then, as we speak in Katha, and Bhai Daya Singh Ji says the next thing, Katha suno, Katha Sravan. Listen to the history of the avatars, listen to the Katha of what the 10 Satgurus did in their lives, listen to Suj Prakash Katha, basically, he's saying, right?
Har naam Katha nit suniye. Every day.
Wherever Brahm...
Bhai Daya Singh Ji itna wa vi sandhya samay sune re ras kirtan Katha sune Haryas. Listen to Katha, like Kathas over and over, Kirtan, Ras, and listening. It always says listening with Nephalia.
Right? And then wherever Brahm is talked about, listen to that Katha with a fine buddhi. Jithe bhi Katha ho rahi hoye, jithe bhi Brahm di Katha ho rahi hoye. Uno suno. Right? Then what else is Gurmat sadhana? Shri Amritsar Yatra, visiting Shri Amritsar Sahib. Bathe in the Sarovar Amritsar, the sins of your many lives will be washed away. to bathe in the Sarovar of Guru Ram Das Ji, one washes away their sins. This is something that Kavi Santokh Singh Ji writes, that Guru Ram Das Ji said to Guru Arjan Dev Ji, see the Sarovar of Sri Amritsar Sahib as my body.
Right.
So the reason why we have Sri Amritsar Sahib, Harmandir Sahib in such high regards, because that is the Partaka Swarup of Guru Ram Das Ji. There's many people diverting them, and I will wholeheartedly do their nindya of saying such a thing. That Tirtha Ashnan Karna is against Gurmat. No. The Tirth is Guru Ram Das Ji. The Sarovar of Harmandir Sahib. There's so many shabads. Naya Ram Das Sar. Right? Dithe sabbe dham nahi tudhe
sabutre paap kamate. And रोज 3-4 बड़े आप अरदास करते हुए महाराज सच्चे पातशाह अमृतसर साहिब दे दर्शन
इशनान दान बख्शो, right? कौन भाई सुखा सिंह, right?
He risked his life to do
Ishnan at Harmandir Sahib, and that's just one person that made it out. Hundreds of Sikhs were so in love with Amritsar Sarovar, they would go after midnight so they weren't seen and do Ishnan of Harmandir Sahib, and then the guards on top, Ratan Singh Pangu writes, Sardar Ratan Singh Ji Pangu writes in his Pantha Prakash, that they would see some ripples in the Sarovar and they would all start shooting bullets and they would die right there. They gave up their lives for Sri Amritsar Sarovar. Right? That's how important. Aapa siane ho gaye ji. Tirth Ishnan karna jehड़ा हैगा ये गुरमत दे खिलाफ है जी. You're taking the words of Gurbani and twisting and marauding them. You're not understanding what they're saying. Right? What Gurbani is trying to say is this whole parpanch that you see is Maya, is a myth. Right? And they're saying everything you're doing is basically you're just adding to the myth. But when it comes to the Guru, right? What is Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib? Inme jion supna rapekhna, right? Aise jag ko jaan, inme sach ka, inme so forgive me, my when you need to use Gurmani, you always forget. Otherwise, it's always fine, right? He's saying Bhagwan is the only real thing, right?
And Ishnan in that way is a way. It's a process of worship as well.
Exactly, the Upasana, right?
Yeah, is that the Upasana?
Yeah, and then what does it say? The Gurbani is constantly recited at Sri Harmandir Sahib. I mean, Kavi Santokh Singh also writes that in Satyajuk there was a huge yag that happened there, and Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Akal Purkh, they said we will always be here, right? And remember, Hari, Akal Purkh himself, came to do seva at Harmandir Sahib, Har Ki Paudi, right? And this is one of the most beautiful passages that I really hold close to my heart in all of Su's Prakash Granth, is when Hari comes down, and then Hari is doing seva, and all the Devi Dev, they come because they want to go with Akal Purkh to do seva, right? And Akal Purkh's basket of dirt is floating like two hands above his head, and the Sikhs are watching. Who are these beautiful people that have come? And who is this one person who is like he seems to be their leader? And they all go to Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Maharaj Ji, koi badiyan prabhavashali ruha aayiyan, Sant Mahatma. And then, there's one of them who's really handsome, tall, dark, and strong. He seems to be their leader. His basket floats above his head. And then Guru Arjan Dev Ji figured out, oh, it's Hari. And then Guru Sahib goes towards Hari. He grabs Hari's feet, and then, Akal Purkh, he hugs them. And he's really happy that his mandir is being built. And then he shows them the map. This is how I want my mandir. I want the mandir to be in the middle with water all around it. This is the way, he says, this is my Sachkhand Darbar. That's how my mandir is in Sachkhand Darbar. Right? And he takes them around. It's just a very beautiful adhyaya in Suj Prakash Granth. And then where he actually did the seva is now we're currently the Har Ki Paudi is at Harmandir Sahib today. Right? So Harmandir Sahib, there's not a single minute that goes by this Bani is not recited there. This is the reason why the Sarovar is Amrit. Right? And he says the Gurbani is constantly recited there. Sit there with respect and humility. In Puratan times, even Guru Sahib, when he used to go sit inside Harmandir Sahib, he wouldn't sit more than 20 minutes. He would listen to about 5 shabads and then leave, because the thing is, your body carries urine and feces.
हाँ जी.
So when you eat something, by the time, urine and feces is formed, the place is considered so pure that Guru Sahib didn't want to stay more than 22 minutes. And then that's what the Sikhs did as well, right? Any pavitrata hai ki hai Harmandir Sahib di, right? And then he used to do 4 parkarmas of the Sarovar and Harmandir Sahib every day. Right? That was the Maryada. It said, don't make your mind wander to anywhere else besides the Guru Ram Das Ji. When you're there, the Sadguru's Jyot is radiant there. Go every day to do the darshan there with respect. Otherwise, go there on special days. If you can't do that, go every 6 months. Wow. If you live really far, then go after a year to do the darshan of the home of the Sadguru. If a Sikh of the Guru does not go to Amritsar to do the darshan with his or her body and mind, then what was the point of taking a birth in this world?
That's amazing.
Their life would be useless then. They will regret their life in the end. The Sikh that does a darshan of Shri Amritsar and bathes in the Sarovar, they receive many gifts and their sins wash away. The previous Gurus also gave this direction. This makes the Antashkaran pure. When one does a simran of the Sadguru, the love of Hari, and the Sadguru rises. Now, my family is from Amritsar, our background. We don't really see many people from Amritsar in Canada. Very rarely do we ever, because
there's a reason for Amritsar chhad ke jana kithe hai.
Nobody wants to leave. I mean, Guru Arjan Dev Ji says that even the dogs in Amritsar, they're going to become, mukt one day, right? Even he says, well, what if somebody does like a really big sin? Like, yeah, that's fine. That person will be born as a dog, but they will be in Amritsar, and then eventually they'll listen to Guvani, become humans again, and they'll get mukti. That's how pure Amritsar is, right? And then coming to that, we were talking. You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I see the clouds coming in again. Hopefully, we're going to be okay.
Kar do ishara, ruk jo tusi thoda chir.
Don't worry. We're good. So now. Bhai Daya Singh Ji, the last topic that he talks about is bhakti. And this is very important. So he starts off with the Bhumika and then he starts exactly what bhakti is. As Guruji gave the wisdom to do bhakti, they taught all to accept the will of the Parmeshwar, right? Right? If one has to take on the pain upon their body, or if one is ill, they face a loss of wealth, or their children don't follow them, some other pain due to the prarabdha, which is the karam, don't blame Prabhu for this. Accept the will as good. Everything is good. Because if something is bad happening, just think about it. Your bad karma is going down. Right? Bad balance. Don't be upset. Understand that the Parmeshwar is doing the best for you as your sins are being spent by the pain that you have done in the past. Be happy in your heart. Be happy with what the Ishwar does. There is no other doer. There's no other Karta Purkh. Only the Parmeshwar is the Karta Purkh. If the Hari does something, it can't be bad. Have this determination that the Guru always does what is best. Be happy with what the Ishwar does. Day and night, focus your attention on the Satanam. This is where he's getting to the Bhakti portion of it now. Guruji gives a beautiful wisdom. While walking or sitting, doing your work, practice a simran of the Naam. Do the work with your hands and feet, but with your mind and mouth, say the Naam. This is exactly what Guru Amar Das Ji did, right? Now, we say this, Parshuram Ji did tapasya for 11,000 years, and even after that, he only got 2 powers of Vishnu. He was an avatar of Vishnu, but remember, every time Vishnu comes, he needs to rediscover himself. Sometimes they come with Solankalan, already know who they are. Sometimes they need to rediscover themselves. I mean, we are a Kalpurk too, right? We are a Kalpurk too. We have to rediscover ourselves. But anyways, 11,000 years of doing tapasya, and then Guru Amar Das Ji did 11 years of seva and simran, and he got the Gadi of a Kalpurk. Right? So it says, say the Naam. Guruji instructs one to slowly destroy the ego of the body. Now, with the ego, we're not talking about, I'm a big guy, I'm a strong guy, I'm a rich guy. No. The ego of the body is seeing the body as your real self. The Hanita. Right, as we talked about in the previous. The same definition as the Vedant. Guruji then advises, in everyone and everything, the one Prabhu resides in all.
हाँ जी।
In the enemy and the friend, in the master and the student, my Prabhu resides in all. For this reason, reject all attachments and hatred. Renounce the sleep of avidya, thinking that you are the body, and become awake. Deep down, through all these emotions, there's different versions of me. There's the angry, just when there's the good, just when there's the saintly, just when there's the chugli ninda, just when right. In all sense, we're all different, right? But you know, it is there's a deep sense inside that says I exist, is just existing, right? That is you. The sharir is jad, but the atma seeing everything, that is the real you, right? Go towards that, right? Renounce the sleep of vidya and become awake. Think of the bani of the guru and ponder on the meanings. Now listen to katha, learn, right?
And do
This
the vichar.
do the vichar with your fellow friends,
Mm.
right? This makes the jeev better. Do the kirtan and drench yourselves in love. See all of the qualities in the Prabhu. The Prabhu has given the body, family, and all items. Think of the Prabhu. Why forget the Ishwar? Think of the Prabhu day and night. Within Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, there are many types of wisdoms, but the wisdom of Bhakti is the most. Yeah. He says, first of all, do the Simran of the Satanam with your full attention. Don't let it go day or night. Secondly, accept the will of the Prabhu. Be happy with what the Prabhu does. Thirdly, reject the ego of your body, renounce the false, and love the truth. So renounce all these pleasures and all these material things and accept the truth inside of you. Be determined in these three things, you will become deserving of Brahm Gyan. The four sadhan chatushte that we talked about in the Vedant portion, the Vivek, the Varag, the Khat Samti, and the Mamukshu, it will arise in the heart for the one who does bhakti. Sadhguruji will see this and give the Sikh the wisdom of Brahm Gyan. When the Sikh is seen as surrendered to the shelter of the Guru, Guruji destroys the bonds of the Sikh. Such are our 10 Gurus. They are the true kings, the true emperors, and do the Simran of Vaheguru. So this is now Bhai Daya Singh Ji goes straight into the Gurmat sadhana. What is sadhana in terms of Gurmat? It wasn't too different from Vedant. It was just added upon, right? And for me, it makes it easier, right?
It adds a depth to all that helps to understand this.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Seva karo, be good to others. We hear these things in lectures and other things, but then it's almost like we leave the lecture there and we don't apply it to our lives. We feel like we've heard it or we feel like we said it and then we did it, right? और उनका आप तेज था बस तो प्रबोधन लागे, right? When we tell others, we feel like we've already done it, so therefore we don't need to do it,
Yeah.
right? We need to.
That's not the way. They say aap na kare. That's not the way. It's to do it ourselves.
आप तो जन्म में मरे.
Aap jape vra naam japawe.
Mm.
We jap yourselves. Dujya na vi japawo. And that do simran wa satnam. We jap man satnam. Sada satnam forever. Like,
Yeah.
that's everything. The true name is everything for us.
I remember Gyanni Satsang Maskinji saying that if you really want others to learn something that you're doing, just live it yourself. Your kids will
That's it.
follow you. Your
We
kids will
jeevan
follow you.
jeevan no badal sakta, not instructions.
Yeah.
The youth, the children, our children are not going to copy our instructions or listen to what we say. We have to role model and be that.
Right.
And that's what, if we look at the youth and we say there's issues in the youth, it's because who are they looking up to?
The
Where
parents,
do
the
they see
elders.
their guides? Those who are looking up to the right people, like yourself, for example, you're acting in the right way, you've had good sangat, and it's the sangat that making that available and role modeling as well. And
I wouldn't
us
I wouldn't
following
call
our
myself a perfect
orders.
role model, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, so people, yeah, yeah. Although I know the depths of my sins, so
We're none of us are like there, but we're trying.
we're all trying, or we're all trying as best we
Like you could spend all your time earning money doing other stuff, but how many hours a day you spend translating these grants? There's that hitch inside, there's that bad inside you, and that's what we've got to look at. That's the inspiration we've got to look at in each other.
It's a kitsch. It's almost like something like it sets me up in the place where I need to do this, otherwise I can't function.
Because
Yeah,
you're an inspiration for me. Sometimes I'm doing work and I'm thinking myself putting in 3-4 hours a day. Like I gotta match that, not out of jealousy or anything, but out of I'm inspired that if someone else can do it, I can do it. And that's
I'm glad my OCD came to good use.
and there's believe me, there's other people out there looking at your stuff, looking at what we do, looking at what others do, and it's infectious. That pyar for Sikhi is infectious. In the same way, the poison is infectious as well.
It is.
You
It
gotta,
is.
you gotta choose what you're infected by.
And that's the now here's the thing. Here's the thing of doing good karm, right?
Mhm.
Is that it is contagious. So
Mm.
are bad karm.
Hanji.
All right. So when you do good karam, right, do them in front of other people so people can see that, and it becomes contagious, right? One good action, right, deserves another, right? So yeah, and this was our Gurmat sadhana, and the next adhyaya is we will be discussing the Brahm Gyan wisdom, according to Gurmat, according to Gurbani. Bhai Gurdas Ji, Bhai Daya Singh Ji is gonna be saying that. Really excited to do these portions. This is awesome. I'm glad we got to do this finally. I've been waiting to do this for a very long time. Uh,
That is good for.
Right. Oh, his Mad is a good part is the one that is doing this. Is by Daya Singh Ji's doing this for us, and it's not really us. But hopefully in English, people understand this. And I do encourage everybody to please, state your questions. Uh, what I did notice is sometimes we get questions that try to trap us in our
Hanji.
own words. Um, Not that I'm saying that you shouldn't be doing that, but look at your intention. I ask everybody who listens to this to put your Jathebandi politics aside. Your whether you believe in Vedanta or whether you don't believe in Vedanta, right? But try to understand the Brahm Vidya portion of this,
Mm.
right? And ask genuine questions that will help you get better, rather than trying to trap us in our own words, right?
And the thing is, if you do trap us, if they trap you, or if they trap me, does it like what are you gonna do? Take away? Like, well done. Like, are you gonna sleep better? Are you gonna print it on a T-shirt? Are you gonna copy and paste that note and get it tattooed on your matha? What are you gonna get from this? You can get something to change your jivan, or you can trap us. If you want to trap
Right.
us, kari jao. That's on you guys. That's hilarious. That dono aamilia. And there's
In
some people I see some people listening to podcasts, and out of 2 hour conversation, they'll pick out one thing, and then they'll just me. And I've had conversations with these types of people, and afterwards I just do it. That's Maharaj, keep me away from these type of
uh,
people. Man, bacha rakho, and I thought these people are like poison. They're like mold that just grows, and they're negative and sad. I don't want to be around that, man. I want to be happy and enjoy and leave conversations inspired. And if these people want to do this, good for them. Stay away from me, man. Stay away
yeah,
from us.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah. I mean, the thing is, right? You wanna trap us in our words, and what is that gonna get you? This is gonna make you into a bigger person. And in some instances, what I've seen is they're trying to prove that, oh, look at these guys, all Nihangs or Taksalis or Khand Kirtaniya or Amritaris in general. If by being Amritari you're just going to be, doing this, yada, whatever, fill in the blank, then I'm better off being me, going to the club, drinking, having my fun and joy. So ठीक है ਤੁਸੀਂ माया जी फंसे हो, at least we have a door, we see the door out, we can at least get out of it. You're closing your doors. There's
But feel sorry for them that they're watching us. We ain't
yeah,
watching them. We ain't commenting on their posts and stuff. We're
right.
doing us.
It's like the pig rolling around in the mud, right? Complaining about the monkey who can jump high trees and still can't catch the fruit, is saying, "Well, I'm better off being a pig just rolling around in the mud." Okay.
See,
Yeah. Anyways,
see, respect. Hopefully, we'll catch up within the next 5 or 6 days to get the next episode done and back on
yes,
track with this.
yes. So
Okay.
again, thank you for your time. This one, I'm so glad we can do this.
No,
Hopefully, we can
thank you,
join the
man.
two parts
No,
together.
even if no one listens, at least we've had the
We got
Sangat
it.
and we've got to push ourselves and learn something and Marat Kripa grow slowly.
Definitely.
But ठीक है, catch you soon, bro. And thank you to everyone listening. बोल
हाँ
चुका
जी।
माफ करना। वाहिगुरु जी का
वाहिगुरु जी का
खालसा,
खालसा,
वाहिगुरु जी की
वाहिगुरु जी की
फतेह।
फतेह।